Hello, my name is Matthew Isles and I teach religious studies, and I'm going to tell you something about the GCSE course. So it's a 2-year course and we can divide the course into 2 parts. So part 1 focuses on 2 of the 6 main world religions. We look at Christianity and we look at Islam. And when we look at these religions, we do a number of things. We look at what Christians and Muslims believe about God, human beings, the world, and we look at their teachings, what they teach us about these realities, and we also explore what they do. How do they practice their religion? Why do we look at Christianity and Islam? Well, Christianity is numerically the largest religion in the world, and perhaps more importantly, we can't really understand adequately the country in which we now live unless we understand the influence of Christianity over time on this country and its traditions, its history, and the rest of it. Islam, well, Islam is a very, very important religion globally, and there's a degree of misunderstanding amongst people in relation to Islam, and we try to address these misunderstandings with a view to enabling people, ourselves, to live peacefully and harmoniously with people who perhaps don't share the same outlook as we do. And at the end of year 11, having studied Christianity and Islam for 2 years, we take 2 exams, one in Christianity and one in Islam. There's no controlled assessment and no coursework in the GCSE. So having done those 2 religions, part 2 focuses on what we might call moral issues, things to do with right and wrong. And we look at 4 of them, and the 4 that we look at, we consider what Christianity has to say about these issues, and indeed what Islam has to say. So what are these issues? Well, one of them is war and peace. Why do people fight? Is it ever right to fight? Can you do whatever you want to the enemy? If you're at war, we consider some of those questions in that unit. Another unit is crime and punishment. We address, for example, should the death penalty be reintroduced in this country? Is there any legitimate reason for doing so? We look at what Christianity has to say about capital punishment and what Islam has to say. So those are 2 of the moral issues. Moving on then to number 3. So that moral issue, religion and life, we think about issues relating to abortion, the terminating of the life of the unborn in the womb. We look at the right to die. Do people have a right to die? If they are terminally ill, should we allow them, should we assist them in the process of dying, bring it forward, so to speak, to put them out of their pain and misery? We also look at the treatment of animals. What does Islam have to say about this? What does Christianity say about climate change and how we should engage with the planet and resources with a view to future generations and the like? And then finally, the 4th model issue looks at issues of social justice. We focus on prejudice, discrimination, we look at gender issues, we look at how we get along with people who are significantly different in important ways. And we look at what religion, what Christianity and Islam, what those religions have to say about how we should engage with one another and how do we create a just society where people's rights are adequately respected by everyone. And at the end of year 11, again, we take another exam on model issues, looking at what Christianity and Islam say about those 4 issues that I've mentioned. So we have 3 lessons a week, and at the end of 2 years we have 3 exams, one on Christianity, one on Islam, and one on model issues. The question is sometimes asked, why would I choose to do this subject? Well, there might be 2 reasons. People generally believe that it's important to understand what people think about life, their outlook. We are trying to create a society where we can live peacefully and harmoniously. We are in a diverse society, and things are very different from one person to the next, and it helps us understand more deeply why people believe what they do and why they behave in the way that they do. So one reason is to try and promote a more harmonious society. The other reason might be, I would say, is that the course gives you an opportunity to develop your intellectual skills. You have to think quite deeply, you have to appreciate other people's viewpoints, you have to try and understand where people are coming from, and you have to express yourself adequately, well, concisely and coherently in writing, and that skill is something that we need to have throughout life, whatever we end up doing. So those are some thoughts on GCSE RS. Thank you very much.
Lovely.